सीनियर सहाफ़ी और एंकर अरशद शरीफ की कीनिया में शहादत। कीनिया के मीडिया ने भी पुलिस कार्रवाई पर सवालात उठा दिए। सिटीजन टीवी कीनिया ने वाक़ा रिपोर्ट करते हुए कहा कि अरशद शरीफ के वाक़े में पुलिस के मौक़िफ़ ने दुनिया को उलझा कर रख दिया, जिसकी वजाहत इंतहाई ज़रूरी है।
Of the Pakistani national and journalist, however, opened up floodgates of questions. Did the police attempt to stop the vehicle, and did the occupants defy the orders? Why did the police open fire and yet the occupants were not shooting at them? Why did the police not shoot at the vehicle's tires to immobilize it instead of lethal force? Why did the police aim at the passenger and not the driver? Why did the police open fire and yet there was a child allegedly on board the vehicle that was reportedly carjacked? If the vehicle was common on that road, then what caused the mistaken identity? How did the police confuse a KDJ 200M and a KDJ 700F? What was the color and model of the vehicle that was carjacked?
कीनियन सहाफ़ी का कहना है गाड़ी पर गोलियों की तादाद जाहिर करती है कि हदफ मकतूल थे। कीनियन सहाफ़ी ने बताया, पुलिस रिपोर्ट से पता चला कि फायरिंग मकामी वक्त के मुताबिक 10 बजे हुई। पुलिस रिपोर्ट के मुताबिक गाड़ी की बाईं जानिब 2 गोलियां लगी, जिस तरफ मकतूल बैठे थे। जिस गाड़ी में अरशद शरीफ सवार थे, उसका और चोरीशुदा गाड़ी का नंबर मुख्तलिफ था।
The police report, which was filed in the occurrence book, is that Arshad Mohammed Sharif was being driven at about the shooting happened at 2200 hours. That's about 10 p.m. Well, the police say that the driver of the vehicle was a brother. They have come since to realize that he didn't have a brother at the time, but a person, probably a cousin or a close friend. The nature of the shooting, according to the police report, is the journalist Arshad got to a section on the road where they found some barriers. Essentially, we thought it's actually a police barrier, but they're saying it was small stones. And they didn't stop, and they dropped. That's when the shooting happened. And this shooting, according to this report, is that there was a bullet on the left side of the windscreen, where the deceased on the left, where the deceased was sitting. 2 on the rear left back side of the screen, 1 on the rear right door, and 1 on the right tire. So when you look at that, then there is some sense of the person who was on the left was the target because of the nature of the number of bullets that are on that directed on that. But without assumptions, then the gaps we are looking at is, even if you were to immobilize a vehicle, you don't really shoot at the occupants of the vehicle without any instigation of fire, because in Kenya there are laws of how the police are supposed to use their guns, and that's where now the abduction story comes in. But by the time the shooting is happening, the son had been seen in another area called Kiserian. So then there's a gap of at what point then did it stop to become a stolen vehicle, an abduction vehicle, and then the occupants of the vehicle were targeted.